Hi, my name's Gordon Boxall. I'm the Director of Enabling Good Lives Christchurch demonstration. This is the March video blog and it takes place today on the 22nd of February, being the 5th anniversary of the devastating earthquakes here in Christchurch. We're meeting inside the 4 avenues today. We've had a local leadership group meeting. I was able to get in early and just walked through the streets of the city. A great reminder of the incredible work that's been done since the devastating earthquake, but also a reminder of how much work there is still to do to rebuild this wonderful community. I'm delighted to welcome Jade Farrar to this edition of the monthly blog. Jade is, well, without Jade this wouldn't happen, so because
thank you, Gordon.
He's the man behind the camera and in front of camera and post-production as well, so it's great to have you in front of camera for a change, Jade.
Thanks very much.
I know that this isn't new to you.
No, it's not. Yeah, YouTube is a real passion of mine. I've got my own YouTube channel. I don't know, could I promote it here really quickly?
Give it a go.
The Jade Farrar Show. I'll leave a link down below. Thanks.
And maybe I'll be a guest on that show sometime. Anyway, it's great that you're here, but of course you're not only here because of the blog. We've had an important meeting today of the local leadership group, and you're a member. You come down each month to Christchurch, which is fantastic, and participate in that as part of your role with the national leadership group.
It's a lot of flying, but for us as a leadership group, it's really important that we sort of demystify some of the misinformation that can happen with a project of this size. And the local advisory group, or what's known now as the local leadership group, thought it would be valuable to have us along on a regular basis.
And that's proved really effective, so thanks for that. And today, one of the comments at the end of the day was made from a family member who's represented on the leadership group, saying that she thinks that families would be proud of the discussion that we had today, which I think really sums things up in terms of how hard people work to get things right as part of the demonstration.
And I think what's been really interesting about your demonstration, in particular, Gordon, yours and your team, is that disabled people have been talking about so often, when is it rolling out? We're hearing all of these things about this wonderful demonstration in Christchurch. When do we get to experience that? The short answer is we don't know.
There's a longer answer as well, of course. But what we can say is that there's support for the demonstration to continue beyond the end of its life. Not as a demonstration that will close, but as business as usual. So school leavers leaving school this year and next year will enjoy features of Enabling Good Lives, and what we're really working hard now to make sure that all the things are in place with the organisations that will be running the system locally, so that people have a good experience of that. But if I can just give a real big plea to both cameras here, because we want anyone who's thinking of leaving school, thinking of leaving school this year, and you're in receipt of ORS funding, ongoing resource scheme funding from the Ministry of Education or from your school, we really want to hear from you. We're contacting all families via all schools, but we know that letters can go missing and information can get lost. So if you just see this via the blog, then give us a call. You'll see the details on the Enabling Good Lives website, my phone number, email addresses, etc. But please do get in touch, because we want to make sure that we spend time with you and your family between now and the end of June, when we've got the demonstration team available, so that you can be equipped to know what's going to happen post-school, but not just post-school, but in the months leading up to leaving school, the transition arrangements, the planning for that. There's some really exciting opportunities around in Christchurch We have navigators who want to work with you, providers who want service providers who are really interested in being involved, some fantastic school staff working on transition, and joining all those things up, we believe you can have a really good experience from transitioning from school to adult life, and all that entails, which should be based on what you really want to do and what you can do. And yeah, we're very excited about it, but we need to find out who you are. So please do get in touch. If you think you're eligible, then let us know, because then we've got information and meetings that we can involve you with.
Yeah, what I was going to say about the National Leadership Group is that we've, in recent months, connected with the DPO Collective. Initially, that wasn't a focus of our attention, but some of the comments I made previously about misinformation and feeling as if they missed out largely came from those representative groups. And to be fair and balanced, those concerns were very valid.
Yep.
We didn't feel there was any actual issue in feeling left out or misinformed. It was absolutely the case. And sometimes, as a national leadership group, as we wade through the information that we get rained on from above, for lack of a better term, we as well feel that we need to clarify our understanding about things. But we're excited to be working much closer with the DPO Collective now. We're focusing on point 4A, which is about improving the experience for disabled people within services. That's not the exact term within that for the Disability Action Plan, but that's essentially what it is. So
it's fantastic, and the more that we work on enabling good lives and how we work together, we find that actually we're not far apart from different groups. Most people want the same, well, in fact I can't think of anyone who doesn't want disabled people to have the best and fullest possible life, and making sure that we're engaged with the right stakeholders in that process is really important. So that's great. We're well represented by DPOs on the local leadership group here in Christchurch, so that works very well, and so that's good to hear that things are working well nationally. And the work of the national group is really, really important for that bigger picture in terms of service transformation in the longer term. So fantastic.
As we go forward into genuine transformation, the one thing we really don't want, Gordon, is duplication of work.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I think it's important to be on the same page and have the same understanding about the direction the country is taking, the government is taking.
One of the other things I wanted to mention today was around the fact that providers now are able to offer much wider range of supports to participants in enabling good lives. These are providers who have become eligible to provide new flexible disability support contracts, and they've gone through a process to get to achieve that, and we're working with them this Thursday to look at what that's going to look like. One of the criticisms of enabling good lives has been that for some families it's very complicated and it's difficult. We're trying to make things easy, but actually it's more paperwork and more bureaucracy and more responsibility for families. And so one of the things that we wanted to introduce is the ability for families to work closer with approved providers who can then take on some of those responsibilities for the families without taking away the choice and decision making from the participant and the family. So these are early days, but it's a really important new feature for Enabling Good Lives participants. This is both for new people coming in and for existing people who are a bit stuck in the system or want to change or work well with a provider. So we're very excited to be able to introduce that feature. So if you're interested in working with providers in a different way, you're perhaps not wanting to employ people directly yourself, or you would like some assistance with the onerous responsibilities you've taken on, then get in touch with your navigator or the team directly, and we will see if we can advise you which organisations are through that process, and you might want to go and talk to one or two of them and see if they can offer you a deal. all arrangements with flexible disability supports providers will be personalised, and you'll have opportunities to change your mind as you do currently. So this isn't taking things away, it's just adding new features in to enabling good lives, which again we can test as we go over the coming months and make sure that they're properly in place for when this approach becomes the business as usual in Christchurch. So thanks for looking at the March blog. Really appreciate coming along and just being able to have this conversation with you. And just one last thing, since I last spoke, I've had the privilege of becoming a New Zealand citizen, and although my accent hasn't quite...
Hey, congratulations, Gordon.
Thanks, Jade. My accent hasn't quite changed yet.
I know that.
And I still can't sing the national anthem without the sheet in front of me.
That's terrible.
It is a privilege, both versions. It is nevertheless a real privilege, and even more so because it was actually part of the Waitangi Day celebrations at Onuku, which is our local marae, and so wonderful, and even more so because there were politicians there, including Minister Wagner, so I was really pleased, delighted that she was part of that event as well. So do get in touch. All the team are working really hard. We've got Hannah and Annette, who are engaged at the moment very much with schools and making sure that we can connect with people who will be leaving school in the next couple of years. Navigator's working really hard, and with some of you, I'm sure, just to make sure you've got everything in place that you need so that we can move on and work with new people coming into enabling good lives without losing you completely. But just to make sure we're taking forward the opportunities that Enabling Good Lives offers yourself. Also, Hannah is involved with overseeing the family capacity building work, and that's been a real great feature of the demonstration, where families are supporting each other, participants supporting each other to just share ideas and thoughts and wisdom and experiences together. There's nothing like being able to share it with someone who's experiencing the same sort of thing, so that's worked really well. And Richard is working hard with the provider stuff around flexible disability supports and just some stuff that's in the wiring diagram, but behind the scenes, making sure that all the processes are in place for people. April's working hard on getting sufficient data each month so that we can really analyse what's working well and what's not working well. And Monique is coordinating everything for us and being just generally wonderful. So the team's working really hard to make sure that the completing the demonstration is done properly, so that we can hand things over in a way that then can continue the work, as it were, seamlessly. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you in April.
What's it like working with a real deal YouTuber?
Oh, fantastic. You're just there, aren't you? Just right into it.
Yeah.
Good.